Alrighty, what's going on, everybody? Of course, my name is Blitzwinger, and ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to, of course, a brand new Skylanders SuperChargers unboxing. This is going to be the final of 3 videos for, of course, Skylanders SuperChargers. I got an awesome box for review, of course, from Activision that had the Dark Edition, some of the vehicles, which I've already done a video for, and then it had some of the Skylanders in there as well. So we have some really cool Skylanders to look at. Some of them are brand new Skylanders, some of them are Skylanders that are redone from previous iterations, but they're done up to be differently in terms of obviously the way that they look, and they have a different moveset for Skylanders SuperChargers, which is very cool and exciting. In fact, I want to do this cool video. I don't know if you guys would like that idea, but I have, of course, still all my Skylanders from previous iterations, and I think it'd be kind of cool to just like show how certain characters have evolved, like from their very first incarnation to what they look like now in SuperChargers. Let me know if that's something that you guys would like to see. So nonetheless, of course, ladies and gentlemen, we have 6 different Skylanders to take a look at here today, so why don't we begin? I don't even remember which one is which on which side, so we're just going to pick up one at random on this end, and this is one of the newest Skylanders, and that is Smash Hit. I think that this is honestly my favorite out of the ones here in the early lineup. I think he just looks absolutely awesome. You'll see him up close in just a moment. On the back of the packaging, we get a nice little roundup of some of the other Skylanders from the Earth element, so I will get a nice little close-up of that for you guys as well. We also have a really nice shot of Smash Hit in the actual game, which is awesome. I always love when they do that. And with that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, let me just shift these a little bit forwards right here, so they're going to be a little bit closer to you guys. There we go. And let's open this up. So his little quote, or his catchphrase, I guess, is "Let's rock!" Which I feel like, didn't somebody else have that catchphrase? I don't remember. I'm trying to remember. There's a lot of characters to go through, but I feel like somebody has had that catchphrase as well. Maybe I'm wrong. Nonetheless, let's open this up. Alright, so I just completely tore that off improperly. Alright, here we go. So, just like before, we get a nice little sticker, except this time the cool thing about the sticker is that they do the thing that they used to put on the cards, where they give actual like power ratings on the side of the sticker for the character. So in this case, it looks like Smash Hit has 260 points of offense, 210 points of defense, 125 points of speed, and 105 points of magic power. So not too bad, a little bit slow in my mind. I hope maybe with some upgrades he'll be able to move around the map quicker, but a lot of damage and a lot of defense. So quite offensive / defensive Skylander in that regard. So let's go ahead and open him up. Of course, like always, guys, don't forget to turn this little flap down so that you don't break your Skylander or damage him or her. And right here, of course, is Mr. Smash Hit, and he looks phenomenal. I love that they all have like their own little engine that they're standing on. Like that's the universal theme for SuperChargers, of course, the whole racing thing. So it's really cool to see that they have a little engine that they're standing on. And of course, you do see a little bit of their actual element present as well. In this case, it's Earth, so you have this kind of rocky-like terrain built up in the bottom. It's really awesome looking. He's, I'm guessing he's a rabbit, but then again, I don't see the rabbit here, so I don't know why I assumed that. But he looks like a rabbit. I love the shoes that he has, the spiky shoes, the helmet, the patch on the eye, and his weapon is incredible. He's got this, like, this backpack with chains attached to it, and then there's this giant ball and chain weapon that he utilizes. So that's pretty awesome. Can't wait to get this guy in the game because I think he's going to be a ton of fun to play as. So then let's move on to the next one on this end, and this is one of the returning Skylanders. We've seen Terrafin before. He looks awesome. He looks way bulkier. He's either been working out a lot or eating a lot, but Terrafin is way bigger than usual. Whoa, that is a quite interesting weapon that he's got too. It's like a rocket launcher of some sort. So this is another Earth element Skylander. This guy is in good company on the back of the packaging, but interestingly enough, they didn't put him. They used to do on the Skylanders packaging where it would be like themed around, like, you know, they'd show you on the back, okay, these are some of the other land Skylanders that you can get, but here we have a light element Skylander, Nightfall is a dark element, and then of course Deep Dive Gilgrunt is actually water element Skylander, so I'm not sure why they've gone away with that, but maybe this works better. So nonetheless, let's go ahead and rip this off completely terribly. Like, I rip it off to think, okay, it's gonna open perfectly. Nope. That's another fail on my part in terms of being able to open that properly. Okay. I think I'm gonna need my scissors. Oh, where they are. There, here they are. Where they are. Good English. All right, here we go. So we are ready to tear on into this little guy, or in this case, big guy. So here is the little sticker right there, which looks awesome. His power levels are 210 for offense, 220 for defense, so obviously quite a lot on that. 90 in speed or movement ability, so even slower than Smash Hit, our buddy there, and 180 in magic power, so pretty well-rounded. Quite a defensive Skylander, which you would never be able to say based on the way he looks, that's for sure. You'd think he'd be all about offense. But still very, very, very cool to see this guy return in brand new sculpt and a brand new design. I really like the way that this guy looks. I love how he's got this all like armor all over him, kind of gets him a little bit more battle ready. And this arm cannon that he's got on the right hand is just awesome. Very, very, very cool looking indeed. And of course he is still sporting the engine-like block design on the bottom, along with the earth element around it. So very cool that that theme is something that is consistent throughout all the Skylanders. So, or at least I hope so. We'll see as we continue this. So now we have this guy right here. Who is that? That is Diveclops. Yes! This is the perfect match to my favorite vehicle, which is the Dive Bomber. So this guy is really, really cool. He looks incredible. Definitely, we'll see. We'll rank them at the end. I want you guys to help me with that as well, so don't forget to do so. But this guy looks awesome. He's a water elemental, and he looks quite cool. As you can see, some really beautiful art for him. On the back here, we again see some other Skylanders that you can get along with, of course, Mr. Diveclops, some from other elements. So let's just go ahead and set that aside and instead get him out of here. Well, first of all, actually, we have his little sticker sheet right here, which reads his power levels. What? 285 defense? That's a lot. That is a lot of base defense. That's a ton. 175 offense, which again, very, very strong stats there. 100 in speed and 140 in magic. So very powerful Skylander. You can tell just from those statistics that he is definitely a force to be reckoned with. So let's go ahead and free him from his little plastic prison. And there is Diveclops. My goodness, this guy feels like he weighs like both Smash Hit and Terrafin. Like he weighs probably maybe even more than both of them, seriously. Like, I don't even know how that's possible, but he may actually weigh more than both of those guys. He looks insanely cool. He's essentially a giant eyeball in a suit of armor, and then he's got this, like, really cool bazooka rocket launcher on his shoulder, which looks incredible. Of course, still has the engine block along with some water this time coming around, because, of course, he's a water elemental. Very, very neat to see that, though. Alright, moving on to the next Skylander, and this is Fiesta. Very cool. He's got a really cool vehicle, which is the Crypt... Is it Crypt Taker or Crypt Keeper? I don't remember. I'm trying to remember. Crypt Crusher. I was wrong both times. So this is Fiesta, and he is awesome looking because he just looks like he's there to just have fun. He's just there. He's not about fighting chaos. He's just like, hey, why don't we all just have a party? Everybody just relax. So he's really, really cool because of that. Let's open him up. Okay, can I get one of these right? Like, why do I always mess up the tearing open the cards? Okay, let's see. Come on, scissors, please help me. There we go. Okay, good stuff. So, oh wow, he's got a really awesome paint job on him. All right, so there's the little sticker right there, and his stats are, whoa, he's got 250 power points in magic. That's crazy. 170 offense, very strong as well, especially for a Skylander of this size. You know, a lot of times in Skylanders, the bigger the character, the more power they have, so that's kind of crazy that he's got that much power. Very cool to see. 135 in defense, so not particularly great. Might be one of those Skylanders that dishes out a lot of punishment but can't take a lot, so you have to be very smart about how you play, like, you know, kind of get a couple attacks in and then run away to make sure that you don't get hit back by the enemy. And then, of course, you do have 250 points of magic and 145 points of moving around or movement speed, which is awesome because that means that he is a great offensive character, because a lot of times if you have an offensive character that does a lot of damage, has low defense, but also has low movement speed, that kind of a disaster because you can't get out of harm's way, whereas this guy is definitely going to be able to do so. He looks incredibly cool. You've got all these like skeleton bones sticking out from the bottom of the base, which looks incredibly cool. He's got this cool hat on the back, and I guess, is this supposed to be like not a trumpet, I guess, but it's kind of like a trumpet gun, which looks really cool. It almost has like the little red horn at the back there, like a clown thing would have, so that's awesome. Very cool, super duper imaginative design, which is something that I always love about Skylanders. Wait, I also do want to check. Okay, I don't think so, but sometimes on, I know you're like, what are you doing? But a lot of times on the undead Skylanders, what they do is some of the white paint on them and the plastic is actually glow in the dark. I'm not 100% sure that this actually isn't glow in the dark, because it kind of, like, I can't tell perfectly, but it kind of looks like it might be glow in the dark, which is kind of awesome. So if it is, that's pretty fantastic. So moving on to the next Skylander, the second to last one for today, and this is HiHold, which was a big surprise to me because for some reason I never saw this guy revealed. So when I got him, I was like, wait, this is a character in Skylanders SuperChargers? And I really love the way that this guy looks. He looks like a really cool kind of warrior, traditional warrior. In that sense, he's got like a spear and a shield. He's just really cool looking. And this guy is actually from the tech element, which is also really nice because that's one of my favorite elements in all of these Skylanders games. A lot of cool looks for him in the actual game. Like in-game, his screenshot looks incredible. He looks like he is ready for battle. So why don't we go ahead and get him out of packaging so that he could get to battle sooner rather than later. Once again, I messed up the opening of the package, but what's new with that, right? Alright, so let's see his sticker, because I'm interested to see what his stats are like. Probably a lot of defense. What? Over 200 points in both offense and defense. He has 200 offense, 230 defense, 150 movement, which is a lot for such a bulky Skylander, and 120 points in magic power. This guy might just become my favorite, because that is a lot of very positive stats for him. Ooh, nice. I love the base. The base is super duper cool looking. They maintained, I was worried with the tech element. The tech element was probably my favorite bases because they had like all these gears all over them, or if you remember with previous iterations of Skylanders, they looked really cool. Luckily they maintained that with the engine. It's really cool how you have the actual engine block, of course, and then you've got all these gears going all around, which is quite sweet. Wowzers, this guy is quite incredible. The only thing I could say is that in the game he looks a lot more gray than he does blue, which is kind of interesting, or at least in this picture here. So I'm actually going to be interested to see whether or not he turns out to be much grayer in color in the game than he is in person. And if that's the case, I'm just going to take a little paintbrush and paint it up, because I've done that before. I've customized some of my other Skylanders. If you guys want to see a video of that, I wouldn't mind doing that either. I have a pretty cool, like, Carnage looking Skylander. You'll see. Maybe, if you guys are interested in that. So nonetheless, what I know you guys are interested in is finding out what this final Skylander looks like. This is the perfect match. I believe this is Stormblade, right? Yep, trying to remember the names, as you can see. This is Stormblade, and she's the perfect match for the Sky Slicer. I'm going to try to get some footage of the Skylanders with their favorite vehicles, so you can kind of tell like, oh, what they match up with, which would be really cool. And that's quite awesome, because of course that means that we're going to have a pretty powerful combination with this Skylander in the game. She's an air elemental, which is also really cool, because again, I think that the air element oftentimes doesn't get much love from the Skylanders community. I think it's not a particularly very popular element, but I think in the last few iterations of Skylanders, we've gotten some really cool air elemental Skylanders. So nonetheless, of course, let's go ahead and open the figure up. We have our nice little sticker sheet right here. I will say that personally for me, I would much rather if they did the sticker and the card. I didn't mention that before, but I know that a lot of people would probably wonder what I think about it. I way prefer to have the cards, because I have like a nice binder right there where I have all the cards from the previous Skylanders, and it would be nice to maintain that, whereas now we just get the stickers and they just put the little attacks on the side. It's not terrible, because a lot of people, I'm sure, just throw these away, but I kind of liked having the cards more so because I think they just looked cooler. But I also understand maybe why they do the stickers and not the cards, because now they have battle cast. So it's kind of one of those things, I get it, but I wish that we would have maybe even gotten Battlecast cards inside the package. That would have been really cool. Nonetheless, of course, let's see the stats for Stormblade. We have 100 points in offense, 150 points in defense, 270... what? 270 points in movement? That is crazy. And 180 points in magic. Wow. So that's a bit of a shocker, because based on these statistics, just reading these stats purely, I think this might be my favorite Skylander, because as you know, I love the characters that can move around very quickly, because then I can get in, do a little bit of damage, move out of the way, come back around, you know what I mean? Like, it's a very, very, very powerful, usually, typically, the Skylanders that have a lot of movement speed are the Skylanders that I absolutely adore, so there's a good chance that she may become my favorite Skylander of the bunch. So nonetheless, there she is. She looks absolutely glorious. Quite possibly the best paint job. Maybe Fiesta and her have the best paint job. Just a lot of different colors on this figure. Looks fantastic. We have this kind of cloud-like element breaking around the actual engine block, which looks phenomenal. And just a very, very cool design on this figure. I really do like this one quite a bit. So, with that in mind, we now arrive to the section where I rate the figures. I order them out and I say, okay, this is my favorite, this is my least favorite. Now, of course, again, I've not played any of these Skylanders, so I can't judge them right now based on their gameplay, the way that they're actually going to play or be utilized in the game. You know, we're going to have to stick around for that. I will do some gameplay for these guys, of course. And with that in mind, so I'm basically evaluating them just based on the way they look. So again, I would love for you guys to participate in this process as well. Let me know in the comment section below, like 1 through 6, 1 being the best, the one that you like the most, 6 being the one that you like the least, and let me know which one is the Skylander that you like best. So, let's get this thing started. I'm sorry to say, but Terrafin is probably going to be number 6, simply because we've seen Terrafin before. He's a character that has kind of like done up again, or at least I'm pretty sure. I don't know why now I'm starting to question myself, but I'm almost, we've seen Terrafin. Unless if he's just another shark type, it can't be. We've seen Terrafin. We've seen him. I remember he had like gauntlets for the last one, I think. So we've seen Terrafin. He's going to be number 6. Number 5 is probably going to be... Oh man, this is tough. This is really tough. I didn't realize how much I really like these designs. Number 5 is probably going to be... Oh, I don't know. Okay, HiHold. HiHold is going to be number 5. Number 4 is going to be Diveclops, and I know that he's my favorite, the driver of my favorite vehicle, which is the Dive Bomber, but I just have to be honest with the designs. He's just not the coolest of the bunch, so to speak. Then I would probably put up Fiesta, then Smash Hit, and then I have to say Stormblade. I think that the paint job on this figure and the way that it looks is just phenomenal. So I am very, very, very pleasantly surprised by this figure. Plus those stats really did help sway my opinion as well. So nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, of course, there you have it. That is another Skylanders SuperChargers unboxing done and over with. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please don't forget to, of course, leave a like if you did. And let me know in the comment section below which Skylanders you guys like the most. 1 through 6, I would love to read the comments, see which ones you enjoyed the most, or at least in terms of their design and the way that they look. And with that in mind, of course, be on the lookout for plenty of Skylanders SuperChargers footage coming your way tomorrow. So of course today we've got the unboxings out of the way, and tomorrow is when I will get to work and we'll be allowed to start posting some gameplay for you guys. I'm looking forward to that because of course the Skylander games are always a bunch of fun in terms of comedy. There's going to be, I'm sure, some really, really funny moments between Glumshanks and Chaos and the Sheep. The Sheep have got to make some sort of funny appearance. They always do. So with that in mind, as always guys, of course, don't forget to smack that like button. Have a fantastic day. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out. See you later, alligators. Bye-bye, everyone.